Hello friends and welcome back. So today we will understand about changeover or go live techniques, which is a very important concept in IT project management and system implementation. So without wasting any time, grab a notepad and let's begin. What is changeover? So changeover, also known as go live, is the process of moving from an old system to a new one. Just like upgrading your business software, implementing a new authentication system, or replacing a legacy application. It happens after testing is complete and all approvals are in place. And there are three main ways to do it: parallel changeover, phased changeover, abrupt changeover. One point to remember is that every change should have a fallback plan just in case things go wrong, right? So let's understand all these methods in detail with simple language and examples. Let's start with parallel changeover. In this method, both the old and the new system run at the same time side by side. This means the organization continues using the old system while testing the new one in real time. And this gives the team a chance to compare performance, check for errors, train staff on the new system, and switch back easily if something goes wrong, right? So, this is the safest option because if the new system fails or doesn't perform as expected, we can stop it and continue using old one without any business loss, right? So the advantages of parallel changeover are less risk of failure, staff gets time to adapt, easy rollback option. And some of the disadvantages are it is expensive. You need to maintain and monitor two systems at the same time. Data must be consistent in both systems, which takes extra effort, right? And also it can double licensing costs and create duplication of work. Let's take an example. Imagine a bank implementing a new authentication system. Because login affects every customer and employee, running both systems together ensures the old one is available in case of a problem, right? But for something small like a report generation tool, this might not be necessary. So, parallel changeover is ideal when the system is complex and any failure could cause a big business impact, right? Next, we have phased changeover. Here, the system is changed in parts or modules one at a time. Instead of switching everything at once, you replace individual components gradually, right? And this lowers risk because even if one module has issues, the rest of the system is still working. The advantages of phase changeover are risk is spread over time, it is easier to manage and control changes, not everything fails at once if something goes wrong. And some of the disadvantages are it can be complicated to manage multiple environments, it requires staff to use two set of procedures, data consistency issues may arise, project may take longer, and customization in each phase may become difficult, right? Let's take an example. Think of a school switching its software. Instead of changing attendance, fees, exam system all at once, they start with attendance. Once that works, they move to the next module. But always keep in mind this method doesn't work for every system. For example, if one new module stores timestamps in different format, it could create parsing errors or even affect intrusion detection systems, right? If you want to learn more about intrusion detection and prevention system, you can go and watch my earlier video for better understanding. We have discussed everything in details there. So coming back to the video, for complex systems, it's good to plan extra time and testing at every phase to handle unknown issues. The third method is called abrupt changeover, also known as direct cutover. This is the most risky method because the old system is turned off instantly and the new system takes over completely. There is no backup running in parallel and no phase-wise change. It's a complete switch. And when do we use this? when rollback is simple, or when system is small, or when the business impact of failure is very low, right? This is risky because if the new system fails, there's no fallback unless a rollback plan is prepared in advance, right? And business operations may stop completely. Let's take an example. Suppose a retail store upgrades its barcode scanning software overnight. If something breaks, it may slow down billing, causing customer frustration, right? Always remember, just because the cutover is sudden doesn't mean preparation can be skipped, right? Documentation, staff training, and stakeholder communication must happen before the switch. A successful abrupt changeover needs strong planning and immediate support readiness, right? So there can be data migration challenges while doing these changeovers. During any changeover, especially in system upgrades, data migration plays a big role. This means transferring data from the old system to the new one, and it comes with serious risks. Problems like data corruption, incomplete records, format mismatch, or even loss of sensitive information can happen, right? And to handle this, the team should test the migration process thoroughly, have backups plan ready, and create recovery procedures to restore original data if needed. This is why risk practitioners are heavily involved during this stage. Let's talk about the fallback, also known as rollback plan. No matter how carefully we plan, there's always a chance that the changeover might fail, right? So having a fallback plan means being ready to go back to the original system and resume operations smoothly and reduce business impact, right? So this plan should be designed, approved, and tested properly before going live. And always remember, not having a fallback plan is like jumping from a plane without a parachute. You hope things go well, but if they don't, the damage could be massive, right? So, just to summarize, use parallel changeover when safety is top priority and cost is not a problem. Choose phase changeover for gradual change and better control. Go for abrupt only when you are confident, prepared, and the impact is low. And always have a rollback plan ready. So guys, this is all we have for today. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more such content. Consider joining me on LinkedIn. See you soon with another topic, another video. Let me know in the comments which changeover methods would you use in your next project and why. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.